Hey guys, welcome to week 6. Gosh, these weeks are progressing at a rapid rate now. Of handstands. So we are going to go through, we're actually going to change the format today. We're going to do, session 1 is going to be all about skills and play. Session 2 is going to be all about our strength, alignment, all that kind of thing. So we're just going to do a quick little warm up as normal. On the floor, hands and knees, just 10 rocks back and forth. Really press the floor away. By now it should be your wrist should be very, very used to taking this kind of load through them. If you're finding that your wrists are still hurting when you handstand, then definitely spend a little bit longer doing this stuff. If you're finding that they're much more resilient now, then that's great as well. So as you lean forward, just hold for 10 seconds, squeeze the floor with your fingertips. Stay protracted through your scapula, and then just start peeling your hands around such that they face your knees. And then when they're facing your knees, same thing, just rocking back and forth 10 times. Keep pressing the floor away. And then on that 10th rep, we're just going to hold for 10 seconds again. Perfect. And 10 hugs and dumps. So just press the floor away, head right back at the bottom. Be really deliberate about thinking, how does this relate to a handstand? So shoulders, as rounded as possible in that hump, always squeezing your triceps, even as you come down. Excellent. Alright, cool. So we're going to go through this. Going to go through a very similar thing to what we went through last week to start with. 6 kick-ups and 6 breaths in a dish. 4 times through. I'll do it with you, but of course, this is our own pace, no rush, take your time with it. You haven't even got to do 6 kick-ups, you just got to do a few when you feel tired, then go into your dish. So again with the kick-ups, as always, if you take a step forward, 5 press-up penalty. So bias landing back on your feet each time. You can switch your feet around if you wish to. It's not really required though. Normally the other side always feels a little bit more alien. 6 kick-ups. 6 breaths in a dish. So again, remember, in our dish, toes as close to the floor as possible, reaching those hands up into the air, deep breath in through your nose, breathe out, ribcage comes down. Just make sure those breaths are nice and deep. 6 more kick-ups, or 4 more. Just take your time with it. We're just looking to build that confidence. So if you're starting sort of there, then that's great. You can just know that, okay, each time I can kick a little bit harder, maybe a little bit harder again, until you're sort of in that position where potentially you're even balancing. Pickups, 6 breaths in dish. Again, toes next to the floor, reaching those arms up in the air, deep breath in, even deeper breath out. Ribcage and pelvis as close together as possible. Again, if you want to use it as a chance to practice your weaker leg, by all means, you're very welcome to. Same principles apply. Press the floor away, kick your back very nice and hard. Try and keep your legs straight as a bad example. Keep that leg straight as best you can, and it will always allow you to come into a nicer kick. Alright, 6 more breaths on dish. And one more set of kick-ups. Take your time with it, no rush. If you want to pause the video and keep going a little bit longer, that's all well and good. If you want to come up each time between those kicks, again, no problem. Last set of dish. Again, 6 nice deep breaths. Crunch up as high as you can. Feet next to the floor. Over. Excellent. So we're going to use the wall for our kick-ups for this section. What you want to make sure we're doing is just touching the wall. It's not going to be a kick and a slam into the wall. It's just doing the kick-ups like we saw a minute ago, nice and controlled, nice and slow. And if it happens that we can use the wall for a bit of balance, we're going to use it for 3 to 5 seconds and then come down. We still want to actually be biasing, not kicking up fully, so that most of those kicks we land back on our feet, so we're under kicking most of the time, and we're just getting really used to the amount of power that we need to kick from to get up and use the wall. Fairly close to the wall, not too far away, because obviously the further away we go from the wall, the more banana we're going to create in that handstand. And I really want you to focus on keeping your legs apart as you kick. So legs apart, so that not both of our heels are against the wall, which pulls us into a really, really awkward position. So legs apart. Just kick it nice and gently. If it happens that your heel touches the wall, then just take 5-second hold, where it's sort of floating off, and come on down. We're just going to go 3 to sort of 4 of these. I want you to try and get at least one each round where you do kick hard enough so that your heel touches the wall. 3, 4, and back down. Oop. A couple more of those, so we're just kicking up. Use the wall if we find it. If you notice that I'm not here with both heels against the wall in this bad position, just got one foot against the wall, reaching up, and actually my line is still fairly nice as a result of that. Oh. And one more. But every time I kick, I'm not looking for the wall, I'm not trying to find it. I just might be able to get there if my kick is just hard enough. And then we're going to go on the floor for some more dish holds. With these ones, again, we're going to breathe out nice and hard, 6 breaths. So we're holding our dish, deep breath in through your nose, deep breath out through your mouth. 6 breaths out. Perfect. So kicks again. Again, press the floor away. Don't try and find the wall. So our kicks might end up looking a little bit like this. That's completely fine. We're not trying to find the wall. I'm not searching for it. But if I touch it, then that's all good. And what I mean by not trying to find the wall is a bit like this. You often see people kick up, and what they'll do is they'll sort of go like this, and they'll sort of try and find where the wall is, and then try and come into a position. But if you think about how that's going to relate to a handstand when you haven't got the wall there, it just doesn't really carry any relevance, because all that will happen is when the wall's not there, you're just going to hit the floor. And so if we think about handstands in 2 parts, one part, learning how to balance on our hands. The other part is actually getting up into a position where we can actually balance. So you've got to marry those 2 elements up. One more go. Don't try and find the wall, you hit it, then you're all good. And dish hold again. 6 breaths, nice deep breaths. As hard a dish as you want to hold. Excellent. Alright, 2 more of those. And dish hold again. As hard a dish as you want to be in, just 6 deep breaths. Nice work. And one more set of kick-ups. If you do find the wall, we're just looking for like a 5-second hold or so. No longer. Oh, that gets your triceps. And last set of dish holds. Just nice deep breaths as you breathe out. ribcage comes down, you're going to be creating even more tension through your trunk with each out breath. Excellent. So that's your skills and play element done for today. As always, if you can run through this twice this week, it'd be excellent for next week. But again, we're just thinking about building a little bit more confidence on our hands, just so we know what it's like to be in that handstand.